and realize that we have to anticipate opposition. A lot of people are not having success because they're not making the dials. Typically, we allow our past to hold our future hostage. So we don't even make the dials. So I want to give you a few steps in terms of helping you to just make the dials. Number one, here's the first thing you want to do in terms of making the dials. We don't have to tell you to create the contact list. We tell you that every business presentation. To create the contact list, but we got to get you to go ahead and go from learned knowledge to activity knowledge. Most people get stuck in that transition. And so here's the first step you want to make. You want to make sure that you set your goal. Set your goal. If you're going to make dials, set a goal in terms of how many dials you plan to make over the next 2 hours without being distracted. You see, my goal was when I launched my business, first and foremost, I created a contact list of 400 names before I even found a business that I wanted to launch with. Why? Because successful people create the conditions for success in their minds first. So once I set my goal, here was a part of my goal. Mr. Bradley, I said, I plan to accomplish in 4 hours what it takes the average person to do in 4 days. So with doing that, you'll have to anticipate opposition. Here's the next thing you want to do. You want to make sure that you realize that what people think has really nothing to do with you. So the things that prevent you from making the dials, learn how to bring out the obvious up front. Let's say, for instance, a person simply said, well, you know what, I can't reach out to Mr. Bradley. Why? Because I need to make $10,000 a month before I go to him. How many guys have said something like that before? Okay? Well, when you make that dial, you let him know, say, listen, you know what, because of the level of respect that I have for you, I'll be 100% honest, I was very hesitant to make this dial. But because of my belief in the movement of this business project that I'm going to present to you, it will mean the world to me if you would just open your mind just to take a look. You guys see this? So instead of it preventing you from executing, use it to move forward. You know, if there's a person that you simply say, well, this person, they know that I've been a part of 5 business projects, and so if that's preventing you from making the dial, go ahead and use that to make the dial. Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, I'll be honest with you. It took every single bit of my guts to make this dial to you because I've been a part of 5 different projects. Mm-hmm. But because my belief in what I'm doing is so powerful, and you were literally the first person that I thought about, I refuse to let my fear put my faith in a wheelchair. Mm-hmm. God, just get to the point in terms of making the dials. Mm-hmm. I made 100 dials, and I enrolled 20 people. Do you think I really cared about the 80 people who didn't sign up? I was focused on the 20 people who did. Go ahead and enroll. We're going to talk about the contacting and inviting. Why? Because we have to create the list. What does that mean? We have to find people to talk to. And then you have to make the dials. That simply means talk to the people that you find. And I know it sounds basic, but these are the fundamentals. Know your tools. You have a resource of tools that you want to use. See, we have a system called PS3, piquing interest, showing the plan, and then doing the 3-way call. Can you imagine piquing a person's interest and not knowing what tools you have to show the plan? So that means you're doing a lot of talking, and now you're just messing up the game. Right. Because even if you have the gift of gab, your business will grow linear as opposed to exponentially. Because not everybody can do what you actually did. When we launched our business, all we had were the YouTube videos. Myself and Mr. James, we went through all of these videos, and we found 3 videos that we used. We went diamond using YouTube videos. We were laughing about that. When we were talking to some of our business partners, they were simply saying, oh man, talking about what the company didn't have. I said, listen man, do you realize how perfect the timing is? We've gone diamond and we're still using YouTube videos. That was impressive to a lot of them. They're complaining about what the company doesn't have, and we're talking about what we accomplished in spite of what they have. Do you realize that when this company has a state-of-the-art technology, chances are you missed it? The things that you might complain about are the things that we celebrate right now. Because of the early stages of timing. Yeah, I know we've been having some customer service issues. Sure, we've been having customer service issues, and you might look at it and say, man, you know what, man, this customer service, they're not picking up the phone. We got this small window of opportunity, and we can't reach them. Well, we call customer service also. Man, when I call customer service, I sit on the line for about 30 minutes, and then the phone hangs up on me. I'm jumping up saying, yes! You know why? That's proof that we haven't missed it. It's all about your point of view in regards to this. Man, the problem is when customer service, when you dial the number and they pick up before your phone rings, oh, that's when you better look at it. Oh, you better look at it and say, oh my goodness, I probably missed this one. Why? Because that means the infrastructure has caught up with the growth of the company. Successful people create the conditions for success in their minds first. You know, I think it was, I don't know if it was Mr. Jameson, somebody on my team called me one day, Mr. Bradley, they called me in the early stages of our business, and they said, what's the number of customer service? I'm like, man, I never even thought about customer service. We were diamonds. We were diamonds, and we didn't think about customer service. I mean, we were diamonds really before we knew how, man, it's amazing. I went through all the materials, went through the certifications, but we were so in tune with having this success. I remember a person called me and they wanted to know how they could book a flight. And I went and called Jill. I was like, Jill, where's my booking engine? You say it's a shame, but guess what? It wasn't a prerequisite of you going diamond. Sometimes we let little things get in the way. We feel like we have to know everything. No, I called 100 people right away. We recruited 20 people, and of course our team recruited 15 people on the average basis every day. Diamond was done in 19 days. Okay? I promise you, I don't remember, somebody probably in here, I don't know who I got the customer service number from, but it was from somebody. Jameson, probably so, he knows, this guy knows everything. I called Mike Jameson, asked him about the booking engine, the customer service. I mean, he just knows this stuff, okay? All right, so let's go through some examples of how to pique a person's interest, okay? And